What's up, guys? Episode 49, Season 3, Show for Gamers. We're almost there, one more episode to go. That's Al, I'm Jay. And everything did go well, so we're reviewing Dead Space 2, as the title above our heads says. Now, you guys all know me in Dead Space 1. I was like, they gave me this plasma cutter, and then it's not scary because I shoot the leg, and I shoot the head, and I win. Well, there's new guns in this one. There's a proximity mine gun, there's like a beam gun, there's a plasma rifle, you got a javelin gun, your cutter, stuff like that. Gameplay is the same, a lot of the enemies are the same, there are some new ones. We got little kids, little babies all infected. Those are cool because it stops you from using your normal plasma cutter gun. There's too many, so you need to pull out the big line rifle or something to take them all down. But they kind of played a little around with the gameplay a little bit. Again, my concern was always like, all right, oh, there's an enemy, bam, bam. I toasted him because I took out his leg, took out his arm, took out his head, whatever. Beat the crap out of him. They put them in enough weird combinations that it's sometimes challenging. And namely, if you have to fight stalkers, one of the new enemies, I could see that because they hide from you and they jump from place to place, and they're just really hard to target. So fighting those, to me, it's like hard to figure out which gun I'm supposed to use against them because they're so quick and fast. And all I can say is don't go out and try to find them. Just kind of hold back and wait for them to attack you. That's probably the best thing you can do.
Because eventually they'll come to you and stuff, and you can blast them. I don't know, other shit you was thinking about is, with your javelin, you could probably, like, shoot behind walls and stuff, and then do the electrocution part of it.
Yeah, because every gun has a alternate fire, basically. With the javelin, it becomes a big electrical rod, you know, that type of stuff. Graphics are really good. It's 2 discs. I think it's 2 discs because the graphics are so good, because I only played the Chapter 6, and then I had to switch to disc 2, so, I don't know, it's kind of weird like that. Every chapter takes about half an hour to an hour, depending upon how much you're exploring.
Yeah, I was gonna say I've played about 2 hours, and I just got to Chapter 6.
Yeah, the story is you're still Isaac Clarke. It takes place 3 years after Dead Space 1. Instead of being on the Ishimura, you're on this gigantic space station. What I like about that, on the Ishimura, I felt a little bored because a lot of the landscape and everything was like, I'm on a ship, I'm on a ship, I'm on a ship. This one, there's like shopping centers and daycares and schools and maintenance areas and science areas and residential areas, churches, stuff like that. So it's like at least that part of the game, you know, is mixed up a little bit. I still don't think it's scary. And namely, I don't know if it's because of how the enemies move or just the very fact that one shows up, I shoot them in the leg, and now they're laying on the ground like a douche, and I can just stomp on their head. It's not scary to me at all. And I'd say the enemy that potentially could be the most scary, the stalker, I saw them, and I was like, alright, that's a little creepy. And then I realized if I just stay put, they run at me like morons, and I can just pop them in the head. So they immediately took one of these new enemies that, to me, was like, potentially had a chance to be scary, and turned it into a little baby.
Yeah.
Same stuff. You gotta collect conductors and power nodes and that type of stuff to get more credits, upgrade your stuff. There's replayability here, because, I mean, I've never used the javelin. I've never used the Ripper. I'm like, I'm not interested in those guns. That was what Al's using in his playthrough. But then that means that he's gonna go back and maybe use, you know, the plasma cutter or something later. Because you can only have 4 guns on you, and to sit there and use power nodes and try to evenly upgrade all the guns is like almost near impossible. You kind of got to pick out your arsenal and stick with that.
Yeah, keep upgrading.
If you have a save game in
from
the first one, you unlock the original plasma cutter. It doesn't do any more damage or anything; it just looks the same. And then EA, again, since they're EA, says, you know, if you're going to rent this, you don't get to, you know, have the full fun, because there's a to unlock the online, there's a redeemable code that comes with the game if you buy it, type of thing. So You guys already know how we feel about that. Even if you get scared by this game or not, it's still fun to play. It still has a cool story. Still looks awesome. It's something to play, especially right now when there's almost nothing out. You have to wait till next February for Bulletstorm. So I definitely check it out. Dead Space 2 is still a really sweet game. It just tries way too hard to be scary, and to us it's not.
Yeah.
I know some other people completely don't understand, why we have such big balls and aren't scared by things, but the other thing too, the other reason it's getting an 8 and not a 9 or 10 is I've had this happen a lot. I keep getting objects stuck in Isaac. And it doesn't affect gameplay, it affects the ambiance of oh, there's an arm jiggling out of my shoulder. It's like, get off of me. Oh, there's a gigantic top to a crate stuck in my back.
Yeah.
Stuff like that takes away from my mind saying I'm in this place. It reminds me, hey, you're in a video game, by the way. Did I forget to mention that?
Right.
See, look at this glitch type of thing. Another thing, boys and girls, be careful when you're in elevators in this game. That's all I'm going to say. Episode 50 is next week. Then we'll take our expected week off. And then we'll be back with a bunch of stuff for you guys. Jetfire Hero is going to be the next episode. So please check that out. Peace.